guys. My husband's being creepy. Like always.
Totally normal.
Made me spit on myself. Lovely.
Sexy. Just kidding.
Okay. Okay. Last time, yay, we finished the first book of Nephi. So you would think we would be done with Nephi, right? No. We're not. We get to hear more of this dumb shit in the second book of Nephi. Aren't you
Will
so
Laman and Lemuel
excited?
become any more intelligent?
No, actually, they'll become less intelligent.
Oh my god, there's more chapters.
Yep, there's 33 chapters in the second book of Nephi.
So we have to wait till the 33rd to bring Kevin in.
No, we'll bring him in before that. But I probably when we do a video with Kevin, it'll probably just be all three of us shooting bull or whatever, just talking about what the fuck ever we feel like, essentially.
Right.
And then we'll probably rope him into a Book of Mormon study just for the fuck of it. See what kind of funny shit he can add. Alright. Anyways, as I was saying, we're in the second book of Nephi now. Chapter 1. I'm just trying to bring that up. Bring that up. Back that ass up. Okay, sorry.
Calm down.
I said sorry. I'm only saying one line. Calm yourself.
I'm calm.
Just because you want me
You're
to
the one
back
that's not
my
calm.
ass up into you doesn't mean... I don't know where I was going with that. Whatever.
The second book of Nephi. An account of the death of Lehi. Nephi's brethren rebel against him. The Lord warns Nephi to depart into the wilderness. His journeyings in the wilderness, and so forth.
Wait. Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. So basically, guess what? Here you are in the promised land. Lehi dies. Now your brothers hate you. You're gonna have to go in the wilderness now.
I heard you like wilderness travel, so we got wilderness in your promised land, so you can wilderness after you wilderness.
Yay!
Chapter 1. Lehi prophesies of a land of liberty. His seed shall be scattered and smitten if they reject the Holy One of Israel.
More smoting. Smiting. Smitten.
They might-
whatever.
Smitten, that's completely different. But
No,
yes,
he
smite.
said he's... Whatever.
He
smite,
exhorts
whatever.
his sons to put on the armor of righteousness.
And now,
Plus 10
They
defense.
call them the weird Mormon temple garments. I don't remember what they're called. They're protective clothing.
Yes.
it came to
Plus 10
pass that
master
after I,
defense.
Nephi, had made an end of teaching my brethren, our father Lehi also spake many things unto them, and rehearsed unto them how great things the Lord had done for them in bringing them out of the land of Jerusalem. And he spake unto them concerning their rebellions upon the waters, and the mercies of God in sparing their lives, that they were not swallowed up in the sea. And he also spake unto them concerning the land of promise, which they had obtained, how merciful the Lord had been in warning us that we should flee out of the land of Jerusalem. For behold, said he, I have seen a vision, in which I know that Jerusalem is destroyed.
I just want to see, like, Bible God go against Mormon God. Because Mormon God is like, oh no, you tied up Nephi. I'll just make it storm for 4 days. Whereas Bible God would be like, what? Kill all of you? Now? Okay.
No.
Like in almost every...
Old Testament God.
Old Testament God. Because like in almost every scenario, Lehi and Lemuel would be dead by now. Like, so
Well,
dead.
really, everybody would have been dead.
Everyone
by now.
would be dead. Just the moment they had, except for maybe Nephi. But like even Lehi had like a second of doubt. So just
Yeah, that moment in the
Dead!
wilderness, they all would have been dead.
except for Nephi, because Nephi's like, I believe in God all the time.
With that face, apparently.
Exactly. With his buff-ass body. Hilarious. Anyway.
So we have to copy and paste your facial expression onto, like, this swole man body. And just have Levi's body. Have, like, a speech bubble. Just be like, I believe in God all the time.
What is that going to be our new outro after Lehigh dies?
It could be something.
It could be something.
We can put it somewhere. Just take out the hoops and then have, like, this, like, I don't know, swole ass, maybe, like, Old Spice Man body. We need to find something with, like, just a muscle dude just going like this. Ooh, there's probably plenty of them somewhere. Get, like, Schwarzenegger or something and just be like, I believe in God all the time.
I love you.
It'll work.
I'm not gonna do it anyways.
You should do it. You probably should do it.
Shut up. I don't remember what I was talking.
You're gonna be stuck on this point for like 30 minutes when you edit it, so you might as well just like take the extra time and do it.
It's not gonna be 30 minutes. We're not gonna talk about this for 30 minutes.
10 minutes then.
We're not even gonna talk. Okay, well, no, we're stopped now.
And had we remained in Jerusalem, we should also have perished. But, said he, notwithstanding our afflictions, we have obtained a land of promise.
See, that makes me giggle a little, because, like, Jerusalem isn't supposed to fall for, like, another 100 to 200 years. So, yeah, they would have perished after a long, fulfilling life.
Yeah, for at least a generation of sorts, but yes. A generation or two, I don't know. However Bible years translates.
However Bible years is.
A land which is choice above all other lands. A land which the Lord God hath covenanted with me should be a land for the inheritance of my seed. Yea, the Lord hath covenanted this land unto me, and to my children forever. And also all those who should be led out of other countries by the hand of the Lord. Wherefore I, Lehi, prophesy according to the workings of the Spirit which is in me, that there shall none come into this land, save they shall be brought by the hand of the Lord.
That sounded really kinky.
But that's an interesting point because of how America's developed in like recent days. How like America is supposed to be this place where nobody enters it unless if it's by through God.
Right. And now it's like everybody.
Melting pot. Yeah.
Everybody.
Which is probably like one of the huge things when it comes to
old-fashioned Christians?
Church and politics and everything else like that. So.
I said old-fashioned Christians because, Christians nowadays usually aren't like, fuck everybody who's not a white person. Yeah. But there are still older-fashioned churches who are like, fuck everybody who's not a white person because white people are chosen of God. I don't know, kind of like Mormons, except for they also were like, no, we'll add black people because we don't want people to hate us.
Yep. We don't want to be Westboro Baptist Church.
We don't want to be alienated.
We don't want to be white Westboro Baptist Church. I'm sorry.
What, is there a black Westboro Baptist Church?
Well, I mean, they're kind of a mix of like, idiots, so,
Wherefore, this land is consecrated unto him whom he shall bring. And if it so be that they shall serve him according to the commandments which he hath given, it shall be a land of liberty unto them. Wherefore they shall never be brought down into captivity. If so, it shall be because of iniquity. For if iniquity shall abound, cursed shall be the land for their sakes. But unto the righteous it shall be blessed forever. And behold, it is wisdom that this land should be kept as yet from the knowledge of other nations. For behold, many nations would overrun the land, that there would be no place for an inheritance.
So he's literally like, you don't get to learn about other lands because they may invade you. Wouldn't it be better to learn about them so that you would then maybe know how to protect yourself from them?
That would be the ideal approach.
But,
because you would think if any other place was going to have any sort of belief in conquest, then it's just a matter of time before they would want to visit.
Yeah. I mean, they make it sound very much like the only people who are going to be allowed on this promised land anyways are the Nephites, the Lamanites, and then the Gentiles. Right. So, white English people.
Essentially, yeah.
So, and then nobody else is going to be allowed because they are not of God, and only people chosen by God can come to this promised land.
Yeah, so probably with that belief, it's like we might as well stay within ourselves.
Yeah, and not learn about anybody else because nobody else is going to come here. And by the time the Gentiles come, we're going to be mostly dead. It'll just be Lamanites, and they're terrible people anyway, so fuck them.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Wherefore, I, Lehi, have obtained a promise, that inasmuch as those whom the Lord God shall bring out of the land of Jerusalem shall keep his commandments, they shall prosper upon the face of this land. And they shall be kept from all other nations, that they may possess this land unto themselves. And if it so be that they shall keep his commandments, they shall be blessed upon the face of this land. And there shall be none to molest them, nor to take away the land of their inheritance.
Neat. Land molesting.
Also, Lehi apparently didn't have the same dream as Nephi, because Lehi's like, nobody will take away your land of your inheritance, guys. Don't worry about it. Nephi's over here like, yeah, totally.
So there you go. There goes one major divide between two prominent figures.
Nephi's just like, yeah, that's totally right, Dad. No one will ever. We're good. We're good.
But I mean, I was gonna say, I guess that's why apparently there isn't a book of Lehi. So
I don't know. That's definitely a divide because he's legit saying that, you know, God delivered us from Jerusalem and said, you know, because we were delivered out of Jerusalem, we would inherit this land and no one would take our land of inheritance from us.
yes.
And literally what happens is Nephi's get raped by Lamanites and then Lamanites get raped by the Gentiles.
So,
Yay! And then if
but
we're
through that interpretation, would it mean that like the Lamanites just have the right to, because they're still sons of Abraham?
No, they're sons of Joseph.
Joseph. I'm sorry.
Joseph.
Yeah.
But I don't think so, because by time Joseph Smith wrote this, the Supreme Court, the first Supreme Court, had already ruled on the issue. I'm gonna make sure I'll look up the time periods and put them right here. Had already ruled on the issue of whether the Indians owned America because they were there first or not. And their ruling was they had no right to the land because they did not have, they were not civilized and they didn't believe in a god. Therefore, because they didn't believe in the one true God, because they believed in, you know, multiple gods or spirits,
yeah,
you know, it varied from tribe to tribe, but they generally had the same idea.
Yeah.
But because they didn't believe in the English God, they were inferior and had no right to the land, which is fucking
Manifest
dumb.
destiny. Yay.
Which is fucking dumb because, of course, they're gonna rule in their favor. Why would they be like, oh yeah, the Indians were here first. You guys get to decide things.
Yep, let's pack our things. We can see if we can get them to decide if we can stay. Otherwise, let's go, guys.
You guys get to tell us what to do now. No, that's not. No. So, I mean, I want to assume that it was either assumed that Indians were inferior or this decision had already been made by the time he wrote the book. So, you know, it was pretty prominent already that the Indians were not going to have any kind of sizable land by the time the Englishmen were done with them.
Yeah.
So, you know, because I believe there was still a lot of land that the Indians had at the time, or Native Americans. I'm sorry, Indians are Indians and Native Americans are Native.
Yeah.
It's kind of a thing. But anyways, so it's kind of. So I feel like Joseph Smith already would have realized that, you know, especially since he wants to make the connection that Lamanites are Native Americans.
And that, basically, Nephites.
Nephites died out.
Nephites prior to them dying out, they were chosen to spread out throughout the land at some point, and then there needs to be an explanation of why they're not there. Yeah,
and all that kind
they
of
need
stuff.
to make that connection.
So, yeah, that's a thing.
And they shall dwell safely forever. But behold,
Well,
oh my god!
so that just was final nail in the coffin.
Oh my god, we're talking about that, and Lehi's just like, yeah, guys, nothing bad will ever happen to you.
You'll be able to dwell in the promised land forever.
You'll be safe. Nope. Almost complete annihilation of your race. Almost. And then lots of mixed breeding.
So, yeah, Nephi, what do you have to say about this?
Nephi's not gonna say shit. He'll just be like, yeah, Dad, okay, cool. Because he's not supposed to say anything about the dream.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, he's not supposed to talk about it. Like, even if he was told he could talk about it, I wouldn't talk about it. Like, fuck, people would want to murder me. Like, even if I'm telling them, guess what, you'll get to tribe art, you'll get to kill my people later.
Why can't I just do it now?
I'm also telling you that your people are gonna fucking die also.
Yeah.
Like, you won't be totally annihilated like my people, but it'll happen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say shit.
when the time cometh that they shall dwindle in unbelief, after they have received so great blessings from the hand of the Lord, having a knowledge of the creation of the earth, and all men, knowing the great and marvelous works of the Lord from the creation of the world, having power given them to do all things by faith, having all the commandments from the beginning, and having been brought by his infinite goodness into this precious land of promise, behold, I say, if the day shall come that they will reject the Holy One of Israel, the true Messiah, their Redeemer and their God, behold, the judgments of him that is just shall rest upon them. Yet,
So basically, here's a thing to make up for the thing I just said in case you're not safe. Then I can just say you weren't a good person. And that's why what I said didn't happen, because you were a bad person.
Yeah, that usual lack of faith, lack of God in your life safety net.
Yep, so he was like, you'll be safe unless you fucking take God, and then you're gonna die.
Pretty much.
he will bring other nations unto them, and he will give unto them power, and he will take away from them the lands of their possessions, and
He's almost like taking back everything he just said. He's like, you get to be safe. No one will ever take your land. Unless, maybe, if you don't do what
If you don't believe hard enough or consistently enough, then you're just gonna fucking lose everything.
Yeah, you're gonna die. Your children are gonna die. They're gonna take your land. They're gonna do horrible things to you. But that won't happen, right? You're gonna believe in God, right? You're gonna do what God says, right? Right? Okay, cool.
he will cause them to be scattered and smitten. Yea, as one generation passeth to another, there shall be bloodsheds and great visitations among them. Wherefore, my sons, I would that you would remember, yea, I would that you would hearken unto my words.
I want to hear somebody do a dramatic reading of at least one or two scriptures from the Book of Mormon. Just do a really dramatic reading of it. Like, take the lightest hearted chapter and just, like, turn it into, like,
Epic action and adventure.
or we'll just be, like, really, dramatic and depressed.
Morgan Freeman, if he had energy. That'll work.
Oh, that ye would awake, awake from a deep sleep, yea, even from the sleep of hell, and shake off the awful chains by which ye are bound, which are the chains which bind the children of men, that they are carried away captive down to the eternal gulf of misery and woe. Awake, and arise from the dust, and hear the words of a trembling parent, whose limbs ye must soon lay down in the cold and silent grave, from
I just had babies, but I'm gonna die soon.
whence no traveler can return. A few more days, and I go the way of all the earth. But behold, the Lord...
He's literally like, guys, I'm gonna die in a couple of days.
Yeah. That was a pretty interesting way to just like include that. He was like, guys, I just seen a vision of Jerusalem's destruction, and
oh, by the way, I'm gonna die.
I've seen a vision of just how things are gonna play out with this land of choice, and by the way, I'm about to die soon.
Anyway, as I was saying. I just love how he like slips it in there. He just
just slid it in.
Like, oh, I'm gonna die in a couple days. Like, I can see like everybody's there, right? Everybody's listening to him. All the families, because you know he's the patriarch of the family. They're all listening, and he says it. And at first they're like, oh yeah, okay, and then they're like, wait, what?
Yeah, they're like, because somebody's just in the back, all composed, and they're like, did he just say he's dying? I don't want to interrupt him, but I'm pretty sure I heard that he's dying. I'm not the only one that heard it. I'm sorry. Just continue.
Even Nephi's like, wait, what?
I can just see Nephi just being like, like he doesn't want to say anything to break the peace, and he's just like, this is a real problem.
Like, wait, what? Does that mean I'm gonna be in church soon? I don't know if that's good or bad right now.
Exactly.
hath redeemed my soul from hell. I have beheld his glory, and I am encircled about eternally in the arms of his love. And I desire that ye should remember to observe the statutes and the judgments of the Lord. Behold, this hath been the anxiety of my soul from the beginning. My heart hath been weighed down with sorrow from time to time. For I have feared, lest for the hardness of your hearts the Lord your God should come out in the fullness of his wrath upon you, that ye be cut off and destroyed forever. Or that a cursing should come upon you for the space of many generations. And ye are visited by sword and by famine, and are hated, and are led according to the will and captivity of the devil.
I love how literally the death thing was like one sentence, and then it was like, fuck all of you, devils and stuff.
Well,
like,
I mean,
he slipped it in there so well, is what I'm saying. Like, he did it so well. He was like, I'm gonna die in a couple days, and you're all gonna go to hell if you don't follow God.
Well, I mean, in this case, he was talking to Laman and Lemuel, and he was talking about how he fears that their future generation is going to become hated, and
it's okay.
Else.
Nephi's will too.
I was going to say, basically, he's explaining like everything that's pretty much going to happen to their race. Yep, he fears that they're going to be cursed, and they're going to deal with famine and war. Well, I mean, so that's pretty much going to happen.
Yep.
O my sons, that these things might not come upon you, but that ye might be a choice and a favored people of the Lord.
Very good.
But behold, his will be done, for his ways are righteousness forever. And he hath said...
That was so funny. He was like, but even if you are good, his will is whatever the fuck he wants it to be, so...
Yeah.
It could happen anyways.
That inasmuch as ye shall keep my commandments, ye shall prosper in the land. But inasmuch as ye will not keep my commandments, ye shall be cut off from my presence. And now that my soul might have joy in you, and that my heart might leave this world with gladness because of you, that I might not be brought down with grief and sorrow to the grave, arise from the dust, my sons, and be men, and be determined in one mind and in one heart, united in all things, that ye may not come down into captivity. That ye may not be cursed with a sore cursing, and also that ye may not incur the displeasure of a just God upon you.
A sore cursing.
Curse like, with a sword cursing. I just pictured like this sword every time it cuts into you. It's like, fuck, shit, damn it, bitch, cunt!
I refuse to snort on camera. Okay.
Shit. God damn it.
Unto the destruction, yea, the eternal destruction of both soul and body. Awake, my sons, put on the armor of righteousness. Shake off the chains with which ye are bound, and come forth out of obscurity, and arise from the dust. Rebel no more against your brother, whose views have been glorious, and who hath kept the commandments from the time that we left Jerusalem, and who hath...
He's like, brother's better than you!
Pretty much.
Fuck you! He's one of those dads who's like, why can't you be more like Nephi?
Marsha.
been an instrument in the hands of God in bringing us forth into the land of promise. For were it not for him, we must have perished with hunger in the wilderness. Nevertheless, ye sought to take away his life. Yea, and he hath suffered much sorrow because of you. And I exceedingly fear and tremble because of you.
You suffered a lot, but not as much as he did.
He suffered a lot because of you, too, as well. You should feel terrible.
Even though you suffered way more because of him. But, you know, whatever. It's different. You're evil.
It's different because he was doing the right thing.
It's different because you're evil, so you deserve it.
Lest he shall suffer again. For behold, ye have accused him that he sought power and authority over you.
'Cause he did!
But I know that he hath not sought for power nor authority over you.
Yes, he did! He literally had a dream and then was like, I'm gonna be your fucking ruler!
And an angel came down and told them the same thing.
Like,
That he is better than them.
like, if he wasn't seeking power, he would have been like, no, that's okay, I don't have to be in charge, whatever. No, he legit was like, I'm gonna be in charge, motherfuckers. Because, like, he was literally like, God has chosen me to rule over you. Why
Yep.
the fuck are you trying to kill me? Oh my god, I'm in charge. Dude, like, the whole Book of Mormon, like,
Yeah, pretty much. He rubbed it in their face.
pretty much.
But he hath sought the glory of God, and your own eternal welfare. And ye have murmured because he hath been plain unto you. Ye say that he...
But he's not been plain because he didn't tell them that they're gonna die. Horrible death. And be barbaric people. And have lots of wars. And get slaughtered by Englishmen.
But, you know, that's totally okay because Nephi is pretty much bound to keep that vision a secret.
It's fine.
So it's okay.
hath used sharpness. Ye say that he hath been angry with you. But behold, his sharpness was the sharpness of the power of the word of God which was in him. And that which ye call anger
I just
was
feel
the
like
truth,
a knife
according to
in the
that which is in God, which he could not restrain, manifesting boldly concerning your iniquities. And it must needs be that...
He told you how shitty you are because he can't hold it back.
He told you about yourselves because he couldn't hold it back, and it was the truth. Therefore, it was valid. He wasn't angry. It was just true. It couldn't be both. It was the truth. So therefore, it wasn't malicious. It was just him being true.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there's no such thing as harsh truths. They just can't be both. It's just... He was just being honest, therefore, you know...
Fine.
Yeah.
The power of God must be with him, even unto his commanding...
The power of God must be with him because he's fucking harsh. Because he told you about yourself.
His tongue is...
So therefore, God must be with him. So I'm guessing that the really blunt people, God has to be with them. That's what it is.
Well, if they interpret it through God, then yes.
I don't know. Fucking Gods with Spartacus or some shit. I don't know. You guys won't know what the fuck that is, but he does.
Knew that ye must obey. But behold, it was not he, but it was the Spirit of the Lord which was in him, which opened his mouth to utterance that he could not shut it. And now my son Laman, and also Lemuel, and Sam, and also my sons who are the sons of Ishmael, behold, if ye will hearken unto the voice of Nephi, ye shall not perish. And if ye will hearken unto him, I leave unto you a blessing, yea, even my first blessing. But if ye will not hearken unto him, I take away my first blessing, yea, even my blessing, and it shall rest upon him.
I also love how you rarely actually hear about the brothers of Ishmael, or whatever it is, whatever their name is, because they're just there, and I think they wind up picking sides for the tribes or whatever, but they're pretty much just there, because they don't even explain, like, if they already have wives, or if they wind up marrying their sisters, since that was still, like, an acceptable thing back then. So I have no, like, you don't hear about them. You forget that they're there, legitly. Like, there has been instances where I'm like, oh, that's right. They had, the women had, they had brothers. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
And now, Zoram, I speak unto you. Behold, thou art...
That one guy who is not related to any of them. That Nephi just picked up. Like, hey, you look like a cool guy. You want to come with us? If you don't, we're going to fucking slaughter you, but I'm going to make it sound like you have a choice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
There forever.
There forever. Never talked about. Like, we don't hear about Zoram being, like backing up Nephi, or maybe, you know, backing up Lehi or whatever. You don't hear about Sam either. I already told you guys that you rarely hear about him. He's supposed to be a good kid, too. But I think it's just because Sam is kind of meh about things. He's just like, okay, whatever. Cool. Like, he's the quiet kid. He's just like, oh, you need me to do something? Okay. And then, like, he has no real opinion of his own. He's just like, okay, I guess whatever sounds good.
Yep. The servant of Laban. Nevertheless, thou hast been brought out of the land of Jerusalem, and I know that thou art a true friend unto my son Nephi forever. Wherefore, because thou hast been faithful, thy seed shall be blessed with his seed, that they dwell in prosperity long upon the face of this land.
That sounded really bad, like, my son's children are gonna bang your children.
Pretty much.
And nothing, save it shall be iniquity among them, shall harm or disturb their prosperity upon the face of this land for...
I love that there's always a catch. Nothing! Except for, you know, if you don't believe in God, will disturb you. Like, no, nothing bad will happen.
They gotta throw that disclaimer in.
Forever. Wherefore, if ye shall keep the commandments of the Lord hath consecrated this land for the security of thy seed, with the seed of my son.
And then he died.
I'm sure the next chapter is him talking more, because he hasn't even, like, addressed Sam or any of his other children. I mean, unless he just doesn't even, like, he just, like, dies anyways.
I was gonna say, yeah, and before the next chapter starts with him being, like, buried.
Dead. It's like, oh, that's... Or it's like working. You guys won't know this anime, but there's literally...
And before we get enough fans that do know about the series.
But just an expert from the...
Excerpt.
That word. Is there is an adult woman whose mother keeps forgetting her name and that she exists. Like, all of them live together. It's all the sisters and one brother. And their mom works a lot. And the mom comes back, and every time she comes back, she remembers all the kids except for that one middle kid. And she's just like, who are you again? Or just ignores her. She doesn't exist. So I feel like that's how Sam is. He's just like, Dad, hi, Dad, Dad.
Were you again?
Were you?
Who the fuck are you again?
Who are you? Except for, like, Lehi would have a legit excuse because Alzheimer's. He's an old guy.
Yep. Super old guy. Who's had to deal with the wilderness and swimming. Well, boating, but yes.
Boating. Alright,
anyway.
Alright, so that was the first chapter of the second book of Nephi. We apparently get to hear a lot more bullshit about some weird stuff, and Nephi just, I don't fucking know, going into the wilderness because, I don't know, he's scared of his brothers now. They legit want to kill him. But probably what's going to happen is they're going to threaten to kill him, and they're not really going to kill him. But God's like, no, just move away, it's fine.
We'll see what happens.
Anyways.
the whole like vision thing is really interesting, but
okay, so
anyway, social medias.
Social medias, Facebook,
Twitter.
Twitters. If you want to talk to me, Facebook. If you want to talk to that's in Twitter.
Yep.
Unless you want to try to steal them from me, then I'm gonna fucking murder you. I'm not yonder, right? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways. So yeah. Socials, whatevers, and then of course Patreon if you want to help us make more wonderful videos about the Book of Mormon and just any subject in general. Just click the button and support us if you want different rewards. Give me a shout. Let me know some ideas of what you guys would like. Nothing crazy, of course, because, you know, we still have to put in a certain amount of money to fund said rewards. But, hey, the more support we have, then, you know, the more you guys kind of pay for that yourselves while also helping us create lovely content.
Yep.
Yeah. And so, also, always suggest what content you want from us.
For us to do.
I don't have English skills.
Anyway, if you have any suggestions that you want to make for us, since we're a variety channel, some things that we can do, just of course don't make them too like physically intensive, because
I can't do things.
But yeah, even if it's just like different types of videos, like questions and stuff like that, and you know, eventually we plan on featuring other people in the channel that we can do things. So if there's just things that we can keep in the back of our heads for those moments, then later, that'd be awesome. And
once we do have a consistent fan base, of course we'll start doing Q&As. So, you know, if you want to see those, just recommend us to all your friends and stuff who think Mormons are weird.
And can tolerate us in general, so. But, I mean, even with this channel, if you have any sort of feedback, if you can, you know, just make it constructive, if there's something that you think we can improve on, something that, you know, will bring that subscription, or maybe some of your friends' recommendations, you like the channel and there's something that doesn't jive with them, that we can fix, of course. You know, if
like, don't be like, I don't watch your channel because your fucking voice is annoying. I'm sorry, fuck you too.
Yeah, that.
I do have somewhat annoying voice.
I mean, you can make a comment about it anyways, because haters just mean that we're
getting some attention.
We're circulating, so.
Right.
But yeah.
I mean, they're gonna make whatever comments they want, but I'm just being, that's not a constructive thing. We're not gonna come up on here with like a Darth Vader voice enhancer, like.
I'm pretty sure that would be more annoying over time. I mean, maybe if we wanted to troll the people that did it.
As soon as somebody like whines about my voice, I'll just do the voice speed up thing. That makes it really tiny and squeaky.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't hesitate to pull something up. Let us know if there's something that we've been missing, that we've been inconsistent with, that we said we were going to do. Just remind us. We're people too, with imperfect brains and memories and all that other good shit.
Yeah, I'm still working on starting research for those videos I promised you guys, so give me some time on that. I have had hell with Premiere Pro recently. So editing has been fucking crazy for me lately, and I am way behind, so I have not had time to start research on most of those videos I promised you guys, so I apologize, but
the 6 of them.
The 6 of them, whatever. Anyways, once I catch up with my editing, I will start on that. So, yeah. And, of course, if you want to see anything with just this individual man's face in it, then, you know, suggestions, whatnot.
Yep. You want me to talk about something? Let me know. I still haven't figured out a good configuration for, like, gaming and whatnot, but...
I think you just need to purchase the software and it'll be fine.
That costs money, though.
It's only $50 a year, babe.
It's money.
It's money. Anyways,
we'll see.
we'll figure it out if I have to, whatever. Anyways, alright guys, so yeah. Bye.
Peace.